Welcome, I am Hannah May Bautista from Bid 2F. Today, I am going to do the activity about the data handling cycle. This activity, I am able to choose one kind of graph, and my chosen graph was bar chart or the bar graph. I hope that we are all familiar with the bar graph because we use it in our studies, especially in mathematics. So its definition was, it is a different numbers or frequencies are represented by vertical or horizontal bars of equal width. The longer the bar, the higher the frequency. They are good for demonstrating and comparing simple data very clearly. So that was the definition of the bar graph. Now let's talk about its general information. So the general information of the bar graph or the bar chart is they are good for demonstrating and comparing simple data very clearly, and it is useful to be familiar with both vertical and horizontal bar charts. They are most commonly used for discrete data and therefore important that there are spaces between the bars. So that was the general information of the bar graph. Now let us move on into its key features. So the key features of the bar chart or the bar graph was must have a title, must be drawn on squared graph paper, bars must be equal width and have equal spaces between them. Labels are placed below each bar. Bars should not be split into blocks, as in a block graph. The most appropriate scale is chosen based on the data collected and must be labeled on each division, not between the division. So that was the key features of the bar chart or the bar graph. Now let's proceed to the common misconceptions or errors. Number 1 is no title. The second one is bars may not be the same width. The third one is no labels or labels on axes placed incorrectly. So the fourth one is inappropriate scales chosen. And the number 5 is scales labeled incorrectly. And the last one is blank paper or lined paper use. So that was the common misconceptions or error when we are using or doing the bar graph. So we need to avoid that to make it proper and correctly. Let's talk about its example. For this example, you can see different kind of bar graphs showing different numbers with different colors and so on. So as you can see, there are a lot of numbers and it is used for comparing something or doing a task. So that was the example of a bar chart or a bar graph. Let's proceed to the teaching ideas and activities of a bar chart or a bar graph. So, reading skills is a very important skill when handling data. Provide opportunities for practice by using the counting stick. So, use a finger to point to the division, not the whole hand to hold onto a section. That was the example. Next one is, when deciding on a scale, encourage learners to look at the data. Encourage learner to sketch the bar chart on a wiped clean whiteboard, supplied in a numeracy box before asking them to draw it accurately. When they are already to construct the graph, encourage learners to note how many categories they will need to fit along the axis. In a survey of favorite pets, there were 5 categories: cat, dog, fish, rabbit, and horse. That was the example of it. All in all, the definition is clearly defined, its general information, its key features, and so on. Because I thought that we are all familiar with the bar graph because we all know that it is the most common used graph when we are taking some quizzes, activities, and examination about the data handling because we are all familiar of it, and I know that some of you are already mastered on how to do it properly. So that's all. And I hope that you understand about a bar chart or a bar graph. So thank you for listening and watching.